Since 1923, and the Wildcats of Arizona await the battle. It's a Pac-12 College Football Saturday, presented by KFC. Big welcome to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the site for so many big events. 2 Olympics, 2 Super Bowls, and the 1959 World Series. Pac-12 College Football Saturday, presented by KFC. It's Arizona and USC. Greg Bowerjack along with Joel Klatt. So glad you're with us. Beautiful October 1st day in Southern California. Here it is, week 5, Joel, but yet both coaches have some questions to be answered.
They do, and they all are on the defensive side of the football. Both offenses can move the ball extremely well. The defenses, they're young. They're talented but young. On Arizona's side, 6 starters since last spring. Lost for the season due to knee injuries. They're decimated right now. Plus, they're 1-3 because they've faced 3 top 10 teams so far this season: Oregon, Stanford, and Oklahoma State. On the USC side, also very talented and young defense. They're going to lean on Matt Barkley and their offense to move the football, be methodical, keep Arizona's offense off the field, and hopefully score a lot of points, because that defense has made some mistakes, like last week in a loss, 43-22 to Arizona State.
I like this matchup, and we have a lot of young, big stars in this game. Jerron Kreiner, Nick Foles, they are a talented duo for Arizona. And for USC, keep an eye on Robert Woods and the quarterback, Matt Barkley. When we come back, we'll check in with Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen in our College Football Saturday studio.
Sometimes
Saturday presented by KFC. Arizona and USC will battle for the 35th time. And Petros Papadakis, I'm sure both teams remember the outcome here back in 2009.
Absolutely they do, and I'll tell you what, down here it feels like another great Pac-12 offensive football matchup on the floor of the Coliseum in the heart of South Los Angeles. Talking to Mike Stoops, he's very concerned about his defense, like Joel was talking about. Decimated by injury. He needs them to get off the field, some pressures, do something to get Nick Foles onto the field. USC not so concerned about getting off the field in this situation. Lane Kiffin's concerned with how quickly Arizona can score. They are explosive. Both teams very good on offense. We could have a high-scoring game.
Petros will be checking in all afternoon. There's Lane Kiffin, second year as the USC head coach. 11-6 record, replacing Pete Carroll, his second stint back after spending 6 years as Carroll's assistant, and the last 2 as the offensive coordinator before taking a job in the National Football League and off to the Tennessee Vols. Kiffin trying to hope that this team bounces back from last week's loss in the desert. 43-22 to Arizona State. Arizona won the toss, Joel. They chose to receive. Carey is back. School record set last week. How about 9 kick returns, 197 yards. Watch out, dynamite. And set to kick away. Andre Hadari, freshman, Bakersfield, California. Strong leg in USC, hoping to bounce back. Arizona hoping to bounce back. They've had a rough road. 3 straight losses to 3 top 10 opponents. Deep kick, no return, as that ball falls 9 yards deep into the end zone, and Arizona will have the football at their own 20-yard line to start this game. Everyone anxious to see Nick Foles today. He averages 362 yards passing a game, 10 touchdowns. And Joel, this stat is amazing. Has not thrown an interception yet in 183 attempts.
And they're not 4-0. They're 1-3, which means they've been throwing the ball around the lot to try to come back in games. Impressive stat there for Nick Foles. He has to play perfect today to beat USC on their home field. He's
a big kid, 6'5", 240-pound senior out of Austin, Texas. And we start here with the shotgun, and they go to the ground. Andelin He powers his way 6 yards. Nice run on first down. That brings up second down and short. Let's check out our lineups brought to you by KSC. Joel, who do you like?
Well, Kyle Quinn up front, the center. That's a banged up offensive line there, a young group. Kyle Quinn has got to get them pointed in the right direction. And then on the outside, Jerron Kreiner, all Pac-10 a year ago. He's sensational. Plus, he's going to have a heck of a matchup with those small USC corners today.
Arizona stacks up 3 wide receivers near side. Staying on the ground. Andelin spins, maybe 2 yards. He'll be about a yard shy at the 29-yard line. Andelin just 5'8", 195. Good power back. He has good speed. And what Seth Luttrell, the offensive coordinator, told us, Joel, simply this: we have to establish a run game today against USC. They rank 119th in Division I, 62 yards a game. Third down and short. Keeper and leaning past the first down marker is Nick Foles. He'll move the chains, and defensively, let's set it up for USC.
Well, up front for them, Christian Tupou has to have a huge day getting to the quarterback. Foles gets the ball out extremely quickly. He's got to rush the passer well. Deion Bailey, a redshirt freshman at the linebacker position. He's the best guy on their defense. And then TJ McDonald in the back end. He's going to be pressured all day against this potent passing attack.
Fresh down for Arizona. Full step throws, hits the slant, and a 9-yard gain to the 41. Craig Bolerjack, Joel Klatt, Petros Papadakis coming to you from the LA Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles. Arizona and USC. Arizona 1-3, and Joel, maybe the best 1-3 team in college football. USC 3-1, lost last week, as did Arizona. And right now the Wildcats on the move as Foles stands in the shotgun, rolls right, looks and fires to the near sideline. Right at midfield, right on the button is Dan Buckner. He pulls in his 20th grab of the season. And Foles continues to have one of those perfect years. He has not thrown a pick. Coming in, 183 attempts.
Foles is an NFL guy. He is a franchise player on Sundays. Good feet, 71%. A strong decision maker, but will also force the ball down the field very accurately.
This could be a 3-play on second down and 1. They stay on the ground, push the pile with Andelin. Keola, Andelin. And that ground game so important. Amazing that this team, of course, the pass game 5th best in the nation, Joel. Just 62 yards rushing the ball game.
Seth Luttrell, the offensive coordinator, said, I'm not going to bang my head against the wall, but I know that I've got to provide some balance to Nick Foles. We're seeing that already. The heavy run set, 3 running backs in the backfield, now shifting, tight end, 2 backs.
Another first down for the Wildcats. Opening drive, play action. Throws it across the guard to the tight end, Drew Robinson. Transfer out of Snow College. He is from Colville, Utah. Big hands, big target, 6'5", 250, and a 13-yard pickup.
How about the footwork from Nick Foles? The play action to his right, which is very tough because the feet have to flip all the way around, accurate down the field to the tight end for a first down.
Confident opening drive, and the ball is off the hands of David Roberts. And Petros, a very cool, calm, confident Nick Foles early.
Absolutely. You said it best there, Craig. This guy is surgical in the way he runs this offense down to the field. You watch him. He's calm, but also has a sense of urgency. That's a tough thing to do. This guy throws the best ball in the Pac-12, and he watches film all day and night. His offensive coordinator, Seth Luttrell, told us that. So impressive early.
9th play of this drive. Second down 10, chewing up clock. 11:52 remaining, opening quarter. Throw it out to the flat and just over the hands of Carey, true freshman from Tucson, Arizona. This guy's going to be in the Arizona playbook for a lot of years. He was a big, big recruit.
Got a long way to go, like most true freshmen, but he is a big play type of guy. This is the situation, though, 3rd and 10. that Nick Foles and Arizona have struggled in so far this season. Only 37% on 3rd down conversions.
4 wide receivers. They spread the field. Shotgun Foles. Flags are down. A lot of motion up front. Our referee, Jay Strickers.
False start on the offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Going to get the right tackle, Ebele, a redshirt freshman, very young up front. Arizona is. And now USC's got him right where they want him. Long down situation on third down. Be surprised if Monty Kiffin comes after Nick Foles. Don't want to give him an opportunity to find a vacancy in your defense. Might as well just play it safe. It's third and forever. Force him to throw the ball in front of you. Swarm up, tackle, force him to kick a field goal.
I want to put the game clock back. 11:48. One of the back judges whistled the play dead, so they set the game clock to 11:48 on 3rd and 15. Let's listen. Good protection. Looked like it may have hit the back of his guard, Biskin, or Kyle Quinn, the center. But after a nice drive, Arizona stumbles.
That's Wes Horton, the defensive end, was on a twist and then gets his big paw up there. That's the right hand of Wes Horton, a junior, 6'5", 265 pounds. And the defensive line already wreaking havoc for USC, forcing a false start, batting down the third down pass, now forcing the punt.
Uganzik, he leads the Pac-12 in punting over 48 yards. This time he chips it up high. Fair catch taken inside the 10-yard line by Roby. So Matt Barkley is on the field for USC. He's thrown for over 1,100 yards thus far. Joel, 10 touchdowns. And what does this say about this young man? A starter from the day he stepped on campus at USC.
Well, it just tells me he's got tremendous moxie and presence about himself. He's a leader. Already a 2-time captain for USC, and he's just a junior. 5th on the all-time Trojans list as far as total offense goes. This guy is one of the better quarterbacks in the entire country.
Trojans first drive of the afternoon. They start at their own 9-yard line. Mike Tyler lined up alongside Barkley. Throw to Robert Woods, and Woods up to around the 17-yard line. As we look at the starting lineups, offensively brought to you by KFC.
Matt Khalil, their left tackle, he is a Sunday guy. When he chooses to come out, whether it's after this year, because he is a junior, or next season, he's going to be a first-round draft pick for the NFL. And then Robert Woods on the outside, saw him with the first reception. Talented wide receiver, leading pass catcher in the Pac-12 right now.
About 42 receptions on the season by Robert Woods. We're just barely starting week 5. Play action as Barkley throws it. Was caught again by Woods, breaks the tackle, he may go! 50, 40, Woods at the 20, USC strike first. Absolute dynamite, 82 yards.
The formation creativity of Lane Kiffin. Motion with Robert Woods across the play set. Does not allow recognition on that right side of the defense for Arizona. And then Woods turns on the Jets. Finds himself in the end zone for a touchdown.
Big play has been a problem for Arizona. Their 27th time they've allowed 20 or more yards this season. Well, they looked like they wanted to set for 2, and now they're going to settle and try the PAT. And the kick is up and good. 2 plays, 91 yards. Robert Woods, 82 yards, and USC up by 7. Nothing lead for the Trojans. 1 yard deep. Carey will bring it out. At the 20, still on his feet, spins up to the 30-yard line. A fine return of 31 yards. Time for a Coors Light game break. Let's check in with Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen.
Craig, Arkansas trailed Texas A&M by 18 at the half. They come storming all the way back. Tyler Wilson, a monster day. 510 yards passing, fifth most in SEC history. Meanwhile, A&M has been outscored 52-12 in the second half of their last two games. Joel, what's going on?
Second half, turnovers always kill you. That's what got Gerard Johnson last year. Now Ryan Tannehill and the Aggies can't get it corrected.
How about Arizona? Can they bounce back after that big touchdown by Woods? They'll stay on the ground. Andelin off the right side. Nice gain of 9. Brings up second down and 1.
Let's remember Oklahoma State came back on
Yes.
Texas A&M last week, and that was at Kyle Field. This game in Arlington, Arkansas storms all the way back.
Nice start by Andelin in the backfield. Again, a free play if Foles decides to go. But again, they stay on the ground. Andelin knocked backwards, no gain, maybe a loss of a half a yard. And Kennard, the 250-pound defensive end, coming strong for the drop.
I'm a little surprised at that play call. Like you said, they had an opportunity to take a shot or just do exactly what they do all the time, which is the short passing game, move the sticks, and then play on first down and try to get that run game going. That defensive line for USC so far winning the line of scrimmage.
Now they load up the backfield. Now Foles will jump under center of the eye. Again up the middle, second effort. Powering past the 40-yard line, and it looks like a first down from up top. That's Carey, the ball carrier. And it was Nick Perry who made the initial hit, but you got to give that second effort to Carey.
Looked like the ball, Craig, actually came out at one point on the spin in the second effort. And after he had hit his back, that ball came out. So a nice ruling by the officials for a first down.
First down, Arizona. Foles flush, throws up top. Went for the tight end, Drew Robinson. And Nick Perry bringing pressure. Petros, maybe two different teams, or at least they're starting a little different than we may have thought.
Yeah, it looks like they switched jerseys before the game. Arizona looks like the methodical football team offensively, and all of a sudden the Trojans are a quick strike offense. Got me.
Second down. Foles in the pocket, throws. Well, he picked his spot, Joel, right at the 47-yard line in between two USC defenders.
USC was trying to cover up on the bubble screen, which Arizona was trying to throw on the outside, but Foles did an unbelievable job of recognizing what USC was doing defensively, wait for his wide receiver to come open, and he delivered the ball accurately.
Stack up the near side with 3 wides. Third down and 4. Foles to the flat. Carey with the catch and wiggles his way to the 45-yard line. And another first down. And Foles seems, Joel, he can handle the pressure.
He absolutely can. He's been sacked 12 times, 105th in the country. That hit was actually up high, maybe a miss by the officials. Probably should have got a flag there for high contact to the head. But Foles does a nice job moving the chains.
Second series of the game for Arizona. 2 yards to the 43. Time for another Coors Light game break. Here's Kevin and Marcus Allen.
We check in with Baylor taking on Kansas State, but more importantly, Robert Griffin III. 4 for 4 on an opening drive and a touchdown pass. On the season, he now has 14 touchdown passes and just 12 incompletions. It's insane, guys.
This is week 5. That is not supposed to happen. My goodness.
Flag is thrown. Hey, anyone named Robert Griffin III,
yeah,
you know something's good.
On the offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Remember, Craig, Robert Griffin III tore his ACL a couple of years ago. Last year he was back, he was playing, but he wasn't 100% healthy. What you're seeing now is 100% Robert Griffin III. He's healthy, he's playing well, and he's on a trip to that New York ceremony for the Heisman Trophy. When you're throwing more touchdowns than incompletions, that's absurd.
Second down, 13, 7.5 minutes. In this first quarter, little hitch by Foles. He pumped and then went outside, incomplete.
Greg, USC is going to play it safe most of the day. Now, they're only in about 10% of cover 2, contrary to popular belief on the season, but they're going to play about 90% cover 2 or 2 deep safeties here today to try to force Nick Foles to throw the ball short and then rally up and make the tackle. That's the exact coverage they're in right now. Notice how far the linebackers are away from the line of scrimmage.
Third down and long. Picked off at the 30. Bad throw. T.J. McDonald. And the first interception tossed by Foles this season. USC with the football, up by 7. At the 30-yard line. Barkley. All day to throw, got a man, one bounce, incomplete, just inside the 40-yard line. Robert Woods, a big play receiver, the intended receiver.
Let's go back to that interception. Nick Foles in the middle of the pocket is going to get, well, befuddled by his wide receiver. Kreiner just runs into the defender. He wasn't rerouted. This is him on the outside. He starts to the inside, just runs into the defender. As a quarterback, you're throwing to a spot. Kreiner wasn't there, and as a result, USC, T.J. McDonald gets an interception.
Second down and 10. Quick throw, far side. Simple pitch and catch, and good shoestring tackle along that far side. Carswell, the receiver, with his 12th catch of the season. When you put a man on man, you got to make that open field tackle. You hit the shoe tops, and that big receiver, nowhere to roam. Carswell, a 6'1", 200-pounder.
That's the inexperience of this defense right now. Again, decimated by injuries. 6 defenders out since the spring, all with knee injuries. Now trying to face this USC offense. You'll see a lot of these type of sets. I think this is a bunch type of set. Wide receivers close to the line of scrimmage.
The tight end Telfer lines up over the top, right on their hands. Pitch and catch. Woods, big yards, breaks a tackle, breaks another, down the sideline to the 37-yard line. Shaquille Richardson finally able to corral Robert Woods. What a quarter this young man's having from Carson, California.
We're already seeing right now why he was the offensive freshman of the year in this conference. Matt Barkley patient enough to allow Woods to get across the formation. And then it's all athleticism. A poor tackle on the outside. He spins away. Continues to go for positive yardage. Richardson has to come all the way back after the missed tackle to force him down.
3 catches, 119 yards for Robert Woods. Coaches marching down the field. They'll go on the ground. To the 32 goes Mark Tyler. Let's check in with Kevin and Marcus on a Coors Light game break.
Craig, last time Georgia Tech was 4-0, they went on to win a national championship. Owen Smith, 2 touchdowns today already against North Carolina State. Georgia Tech rolling 14-zip early.
So tough, Craig, to stop that type of an offense. You just never see it. You can't simulate it in practice during the week. That's what makes Georgia Tech so tough.
USC looking mighty tough here early on second down 7. Good open field tackle. Shaquille Richardson ties up Tyler. Tyler the tailback. Great tailbacks here at USC.
Craig, this is where USC has had some trouble. Getting close to the red zone now. We're on about the 31-yard line. They went into the red zone last week in Tempe 4 times, only came away with 6 points. Now on 3rd down, they must convert. Lane Kiffin knows he's got to score some points against Nick Foles.
Yeah, they're 8 of 16 in the red zone, 50% when it comes to touchdowns. And Red Ellison, that is, the fullback, who will also play some tight end for Lane Kiffin with the reception. His 5th grab. Vassallo, outside linebacker, with the stop. That brings up 4th down. 5 minutes on the clock. USC has motored up and down the field, just coming away with 7. And most of the offense has been a Barkley Woods kind of quarter. Andre Hadari on to try the field goal. 5 for 5 this season, 5 of 6. His longest of 47. This will be from 46. Good snap, good hold, kicks away. Looks good, is good from 46 yards. And Hadari puts USC up by 10. USC up by 10. And the kick, though, it's off the hands of Carey, and Arizona will start at the 20-yard line. Arizona, it's been a tough road. 3 straight losses. Oklahoma State, Stanford, Oregon. What do they have in common, Joel? All top 10 opponents.
And terrific offenses. Think of the players they've faced. Blackman, Andrew Luck, Michael James. Got Brandon Wheaton in there. Now they're facing Mac Barkley, Robert Woods, Marquise Lee, the true freshman for USC. So they have faced just about every top prospect in the country so far this season. It's imperative that they get some points right now to establish some confidence.
And we got 5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. They moved the ball well, but stalled inside Trojan territory. On the ground, Antolin has room. First down and more yards at the 34. Once again, let's check in with Kevin and Marcus for a Coors Light game break.
SMU visiting TCU, and you know what? SMU can score. They have outscored their last 2 opponents 82-7. J.J. McDermott to Darius Johnson, and this new version of the Pony Express rolling, guys.
Oh, the memories of the Pony Express have been sparked again, this time on the rollout to Toji. Oh, the pads are popping. Taimi to Toji.
Petros, that's exactly what Arizona needs right now. For the first time today, that sideline got excited.
Yeah, they've been a little bit bewildered, especially seeing Nick Foles throw his first interception of the season. But they look like USC right now. Methodical with the run game, and that was a movement play right out of USC's playbook with Lane Kiffin. That's what Lane Kiffin likes to call, Joel.
Now Petros, a 15-yard pickup for the H-back fullback. On the ground, nice cut back and a pickup of maybe 5. Gordon made the initial hit. So right now, Joel, Seth Luttrell, the offensive coordinator, trying to give Foles, I think, a little confidence back, a little short pass, and then goes back ground game. They have moved the ball well, but no points.
They have, and this is the chess match right now. You're trying to get USC to call something more aggressively on defense, try to get that one safety look so that Nick Foles can force the ball down the field to Jerron Kreiner.
Bad snap, pull down to get the handoff somehow off and away and close to the first down. Now we got multiple flags down. Well, Foles did a great job just to get that ball handed off.
Holdley on the offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty, previous spot, still second down.
That's the right guard, Trace Biskin.
I think Arizona's got to go back to that short passing attack now. Just try to get it somewhere manageable. If I'm Nick Foles, I'm looking to get this from 2nd and 14 to somewhere in the 3rd and 7 range.
Wildcats spread the field, 4 wides. Hot slant inside to Kreiner. And to the 48-yard line of USC. Now the 1st and 10 line brought to you today by Russell Athletic. Both teams have moved the chain, but it's USC up by 10 on Arizona. Big 3rd down, 7, as we roll up on 2 minutes of play in the opening quarter. Over the top, Foles picked for the 2nd time. McDonald. That ball got away, floated up high, and T.J. McDonald for the second time in this first quarter picks off Nick Foles.
Foles was trying to get David Douglas, number 85, right over the linebacker, and it's just too high. Douglas does not continue to run through his route, and that's as easy of an interception as you're going to find for McDonald. His second of the day, the second of the year for Nick Foles, and it sets USC up with terrific field position at the 40-yard line.
Back on the phone. This season, he went 183 and change without a pick. Already 2 interceptions here in the opening quarter with 1:51 remaining. Play action. Barkley finds his man, Robert Woods. Joel, who else would it be?
Right now it's Barkley to Woods all day long, and that must be recognized by the defense. Robert Golden, number 1, the safety, giving way too much credit to Robert Woods, who is very good. We've seen him take it to the house, but you need to force the issue a little bit, get up close to him, force him to make some catches in traffic. Robert Woods having a field day right now with Arizona.
4 catches, 139 yards here in the first quarter. USC off the right side, and here the 38 is Tyler. Hank Hobson, a true freshman from Bakersfield, with the stop. Now McDonald and the defense huddled up. Things are going mighty right here in the opening 15 minutes thus far. Shotgun formation. Barkley pulls a trigger. Up top's got a man right on the hands of Marquise Lee.
Matt Barkley off of the play fake. The defense collapses on Robert Woods. Look at the 2 Arizona defenders all the way on the left side of the field. He ran a diagonal route, Craig, and it left Marquise Lee wide open down the hash mark. Barkley did not miss him, and USC right now is rolling offensively.
Second touchdown by Matt Barkley. That's 12 on the season. He's 8 of 9 so far here in the first quarter. 186 yards. USC by 17. On a sunny afternoon in Southern California, and USC fans, Joel, they've been treated to a 17-0 opening quarter here, and big plays by Woods, big plays by Marquise Lee, and I think quarterbacking this team to near perfection, Matt Barkley.
Taking advantage, Matt Barkley is, of that decimated Arizona defense. Not a lot of confidence over there for the Wildcats right now after 3 straight defeats, and now in the first quarter being down 17-0 this quickly. Look at that, 15.3 yards per play and a couple of touchdowns today for Matt Barkley and the USC offense.
Adari the kick. Good boot, 5 yards deep. His carry's going to bring it out at the 10. Makes a cut, 15-20. And pushes his way to the 25. Let's go back and check in with Kevin and Marcus on a Coors Light game break.
Guys, South Carolina and Auburn. South Carolina hasn't beaten Auburn since 1933. Alshon Jeffries trying to change that. Marcus, Alshon Jeffries is what?
He's a man.
He's what?
He's a man.
He bullies that DB into the end zone. That's why that kid's an All-American. Lots of smiles in here, guys, because Marcus has got his swagger back watching SC right now.
Oh, I bet he does. Up early by 17. 32 ticks on the clock. Old ball coach getting things done in South Carolina. Foles goes right back to the air. David Douglas picks up 8 yards as his first quarter clicks down. One side the head of Nick Foles. He had so much confidence coming in, but 2 first quarter picks Where's he at?
He's got to just stay the course, keep slinging it. That's the only thing he can do as a quarterback.
3 wide receivers near side. USC didn't bite, and a good tackle. Geno Crump, now a flag comes out. Geno Crump. Anthony Brown was there on the hit. Crump's a former walk-on. I love stories like that.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 90. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
George Yuko.
Oh, yeah.
Comes in late and goes to the head. Absolutely a penalty, and a penalty that USC can't afford right now. Even up 17-0 at this point in the game, you don't want to allow Arizona any room to breathe, right? This is the point in which an experienced team kind of puts their foot on your throat and just steps nice and firm there and doesn't allow you any air. An immature play there from USC, but dominant so far in the first quarter, 17-0.
Right on top of Andelin. Nick Perry made the initial hit after a pickup of 2 right at midfield.
Been surprised at how often Arizona is trying to run the football. Right now, USC 4th in the conference in terms of rush defense, only giving up 108 yards per game. So Seth Littrell trying to get some confidence for his quarterback and his offensive line early.
Wildcats stacked 3 deep, top of your screen, 2nd down. Back to pass in the pocket. Fires a dart, and cut in half was Dan Buckner, and he's down.
It's the risk over the middle. Linebacker comes up. That's Dion Bailey. Little undersized for a linebacker, but he's been playing the best of any Trojan defender thus far this season. A redshirt freshman, very talented. Coaches could not speak more highly in our conversations with them about Dion Bailey.
He had 10 tackles last week against Arizona State. That brings up 3rd down and 8. Back to pass. Caught, dropped at the 38. David Douglas will keep the Arizona drive alive. And Nick Foles, despite the 2 picks, hanging tough in the pocket and completes the pass for a 1st down.
I would expect nothing less from a senior quarterback. 1,400 yards, top 5 in the country coming into today. You know they're going to continue to sling it around the lot.
At the USC 38. Right side carry, maybe 2 yards. Aerial coverage today. There's some beautiful pictures provided by Goodyear. Everything we've learned making tires that go the distance inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. What a scene that is. Shotgun for Foles on 2nd down and long. Rolls a pocket to his left, fires up top. Beautiful pass to the 21-yard line. Austin Hill with his 10th reception. A redshirt freshman, Joel, from Corona, California. One thing, Foles, he likes to spread the wealth around.
Spreads the ball around, excellent, but right there, that was just an absolutely fantastic job of throwing on the run to the left accurately. That's very tough to do. Nick Foles showing me something on that throw.
Inside the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Little pitch. Outside pass popping. You can hear it upstairs to the 13, call it the 14-yard line. Carey, the freshman, high school a year ago, and he's squaring up the pads.
Kid that's, I think, very explosive. You can see that burst. He's got some suddenness about him. When he touches the football, he's a guy that they're going to continue to try to get the ball in creative ways as this season goes along and he grows as a freshman within this offense.
A pickup of 5 just inside the 15-yard line of USC. Play action over the pitch out. Little trickery this time did not work as Harris, number 98, right on the top of Carey.
There's Harris at the right tackle position. He comes in, just splits that A gap right next to the center, unblocked, finds himself in the backfield for a tackle for loss.
Arizona 4-7 on third downs. They've got 10 yards to go. In the pocket, pump, throws it underneath. And down to the 12-yard line goes Douglas. He's going to be short by about 2 yards, but there's a flag down inside the 10. Foles, Joel, has hit now 8 different receivers here in the first half.
Command of the offense, but a flag late on this play. It would be short of the first down. Depends on what the call is here from the officials.
Here's Jay Strickers.
Personal foul on the defense. Penalties enforced half a distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
You know what? You're up 17, and now you breathe some life into Arizona.
Well, it happened earlier on this possession already. Forces them into a first down situation. Lane Kiffin can't believe it right now because this is exactly what he didn't want to see, up 17-0. It's the mental mistakes that his young defense is right now making.
Toji, Anlin in the backfield. Lined up alongside Foles, first and goal at the 6-yard line. Around the left side, inside the 5. A lot of movement. They hand that ball to Jenkins, and then you see Foles. If you follow his motion, he looks the other side, Joel, and tries to continue on with the play fake as a pass.
Yeah, really, it's just a big power sweep out of a 3-back set. That's all they're trying to do right there. The fullback, Totogi, leading up on the left side, as well as Anlin. And now brings up a second and goal. I'd be surprised if this ball isn't in Foles' hands trying to make a play through the air into the end zone.
Fans of the shotgun. On the boot, throws on the hands of Totogi. Touchdown, Arizona. So Arizona down 17 with the help of a couple of penalties tossed on the Trojans. Find themselves into the end zone and with a chance to cut it down to 10. And a lot of time left in this opening half.
Good creativity there in the backfield off the play action, sliding Totogi out onto the right flat. It's an easy pitch and catch there for a touchdown for the Wildcats.
Then DeHaas
Legal substitution
the PAT.
on the offense. 12 players in the offensive formation longer than 3 seconds. 5-yard penalty.
So that PAT is no longer just a chip shot. DeHaas. Kick is up and good. No. Missed it. Oh, Zendejas. Now 3 out of 5 on the season, 17-6.
Okay, what happened to your passing? You gotta support the puck. Do I have to tell you this? And we're getting killed on the board. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job.
Grimson.
Hello?
I don't really sense that Mike Stoops or Seth Luttrell, well, is it panic time? I mean, I know we got a half of football. You want to try to make something happen here before the half, under 6 minutes to play, but they're going to try to continue to establish a ground game somehow.
It's not panic time yet. This offense can score too many points quickly. USC knows it. Arizona knows it. They're going to stay with their game plan right now.
Up the middle, big hole, watching out. Nice block by Drew Robinson, the tight end.
Petros, Arizona right now finding a nice rhythm running the football. Not what we expected coming into today's ball game.
A little bit, Joel. I've always liked Antolin as a running back, but Arizona had a lot of deflation after missing that extra point. The SC sideline, which was criticized for not being exuberant in Tempe last week, they're having a party right now. A lot of smiles, a lot of guys getting involved, a lot of good feelings, a lot of excitement.
Loaded backfield on 1st and 10. Shot down to the 27-yard line. Katoji.
How about the pursuit of the USC defense on this play? Katoji gets all the way over to the sidelines. 10 USC defenders within 3 yards of him by the time that he actually goes down. That's terrific pursuit from the Trojans.
Well, USC's only allowed 108 yards a game on the ground this season. Good pursuit. 2nd and long. Foles swings it out of the backfield. Nice move, sideline, bumped out of bounds, and Arizona will rumble into the end zone. Touchdown by Carey. Joel, from my chair, USC, you fail to wrap up and you think a little push is going to knock a guy out of bounds. Not the case.
Especially when he's talented like Carey is. Watch him tightrope the sidelines. USC gets outflanked on the outside. That's a nice run by Carey. And a good job by Nick Foles, just taking what the defense gives, allowing his true freshman the opportunity to make a play down the sidelines.
Much needed extra point. High snap, hold. Knocked away. Oh, what a rough day for Zendejas. When we return, we'll take you to our college football Saturday studio preview of our Geico halftime show with Kevin Frazier. Stay tuned. For the Trojans at the 20-yard line. 4:05 to play. And now we got an official stepping in. Looks like timeout. Barkley, yeah. So USC wants a timeout. Checking out what's on his sleeve with Lane Kiffin.
Strange after a kick like that. You were just on the sidelines. Arizona drove the ball down, so some confusion there between Matt Barkley and Lane Kiffin.
How about a Coors Light game break quickly with Kevin and Marcus?
Hey guys, coming up on the Geico halftime show, great games to update across the country and two of the best quarterbacks you rarely get to see, Kellen Moore and Robin Griffin III. That's all coming up. And the elated Marcus Allen also joins me in minutes. He's just giddy in here, guys. Back to you.
All right, guys, we'll look forward to it. The Geico halftime report. USC goes back to work. Barkley stands up high in the pocket. Got a man wide open, trying to lean out. It was Bryce Butler. That ball's incomplete. It stops the clock with 3:59 to play in the half.
Really Barkley's first mistake, because he has his wide receiver wide open, Bryce Butler, down the sidelines. Cardinal sent for a, or don't give your wide receiver a chance on the sidelines, just throwing it out of bounds. That's a frustrating throw for Matt Barkley.
That snaps a streak of 11 straight completions by Matt Barkley. He has been crisp all afternoon. He starts another streak. Tyler, nice move. Wiggles out past the 20 to the 26-yard line and a host of Wildcats. Time for a Russell Athletic game summary. Barkley 14 of 16, 3 touchdowns, all here in the first half. USC scored, how about that, on all 4 possessions. And Foles 2 picks. He came in with really a perfect slate, but 2 picks in that first quarter.
And that's really been the difference in this ball game, because besides those 2 picks, Arizona has shown the ability to go down the field and score on USC. So Barkley right now looks like the beginnings of a nice little gunfight with Nick Foles.
Woods, the motion man, lines up slot far side. Quick step, hot slant, right on the hands. Woods, he is a marvelous athlete to the 39-yard line. Robert Golden, the free safety, made the tackle.
And I love how he's used all over the formation and in motion. And he's technically sound. Watch his route, catches the ball with his hands and eyes, and then becomes a playmaker after the catch, spinning off tackles, breaking tackles for extra yards.
8 receptions, 171 yards. Last week against Arizona State, he had 8 grabs for 131. This is just the first half. Ball through the hands of Rhett Ellison. Hobson, the linebacker, with the tackle. Stay tuned. Kevin Frazier, Marcus Allen, the Geico halftime show. And I know Marcus is smiling today. The Trojans with a pretty impressive first half here in Southern Cal.
Even though it's been through the air, it hasn't
Yes.
been the running back assault. Like, you know, I'm sure he would be ecstatic with USC doing it through the air right now with Matt Barkley and Robert Woods.
Quick throw. Butler. Right now, anything that Barkley wants, he pretty much can have.
Well, remember now, this defense for Arizona, they've been decimated by injuries since last spring. Had 2 more injuries this week. Brings a total of 6 players lost to knee injuries since the spring. Playing with a lot of inexperienced guys, some junior college transfers right now. They're last in the Pac-12 this year, allowing 35 points and 484 yards per game.
The spring ball injuries, Adam Hall, the strong safety, the linebacker, Jake Fisher. And now whistle's going to stop playing. As you mentioned, Justin Washington this week, the defensive tackle, and the linebacker Muhammad also out with knee troubles. We've got an Arizona timeout. Third down and 4 after the timeout. USC at the 46-yard line. Barkley, good protection, reaching out to make the catch. Marquise Lee. Lee, of course, had that touchdown earlier of 38 yards to make it 17-0 in the first quarter as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the half. Setting up the screen on the hands of Tyler, still on his feet, stumbles and falls at the 30, call that the 42. Petros, what do you think about this USC offense?
Well, Joel's absolutely right. They haven't done much to establish Mark Tyler, DJ Morgan, and the rest of the running backs. They haven't had to. But this would be a good time just to start milking this clock. I know the Trojans want to score. They can't give the ball back to the Cats. This offense is rearing to go with some momentum on the bench.
Pedaling back with under 1:30 to play. Climbing the ladder was Lee for the grab, short of the first down. And Shaquille Richardson is busy on the edge, and it's a hurry up right now for USC. Third down and short. Handoff left side, Tyler. Stacked up. They're going to spot him a yard loss as Arizona, despite those injuries, they stand up and stop the third down surge.
But that front 7 for Arizona, getting in there, getting the surge, playing in the USC backfield, showing some heart right there. That's a terrific play from Arizona, forcing this 4th down. That excitement, Petros, from the offense on the sideline, getting its way on the field for the defense.
Yeah, there's no question that this is just a different USC sideline from last week. The feel is completely different, and they have a lot of different guys getting involved. Like you said, Barkley really knows how to share the wealth and spread it around on this offense, and the more guys that touch that football, the more good feelings you have. And USC's getting a pretty good push with their offensive line, even though they haven't run the ball much.
Just seconds away from the Geico halftime show. Coming up, Kevin Frazier, Marcus Allen. Scores, of course, and highlights all throughout the country. LSU battling SEC foe Kentucky, #2 Tigers, and the shootout down south. A&M in Arkansas, 13th against number 18. This is first half numbers, and he's working on a 300-yard half. Joel, 270 yards, 3 touchdowns. Going for it. 2 of 6 this year on 4th down.
Timeout, Arizona. Timeout number 2.
Arizona trying to freeze USC. They burned their second timeout. Let's check out the Bank of the West Pac-12 Players of the Week. LaMichael James, 288 at Arizona, an Oregon record. Lions' first career pick in the 4th quarter against USC. Took it back for a touchdown and an 85-yard punt return against UCLA by Poyer. Here's LaMichael James. Terrific athlete.
He absolutely is. Boy, in space with their formation and their tempo, he's so tough to bring down in space. Oregon last week, 415 yards rushing against these Arizona Wildcats. So dangerous running the football. But right now, 4th and 2, USC decides to go for it inside of a minute.
Play action. Barkley out of the pocket, throws underneath, and it is a catch. Ross Cumming, a backup fullback, number 46, with his first catch of the season, and the drive stays alive.
How about Matt Barkley buying time, continuing to roll out, ultimately coming all the way back. Ross Cumming was first in the progression. He went all the way through the progression, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then came all the way back to Cumming, who was along the sideline for a first down.
Trojans first down, spread the field, 5 wide. A pump over the middle, flag is down. Marquise Lee, the grab, still on his feet and driven down to the 22-yard line. Flag at the 35.
Offside on the defense, number 97. Penalties declined. First down.
Usman again. Mike Stoops not happy. He was the culprit the last time they were offsides on that 3rd down play. Now Barkley in business.
11-yard pickup over the top, man coverage on the hands of Woods. Great throw, put a little soft air underneath the Barkley to Robert Woods.
Ran the sluggo route. It's a slant and go. You saw Barkley pump his shoulders, strong the defense in. And then Woods did a fantastic job getting behind the defense.
Got a flag far side of the field, just inside the 15.
Sideline interference on USC. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the play.
So we have seen this call quite often this season in Pac-12 play.
The sidelines right now are not affecting play. The ball is inside the 15-yard line. That's a flag that should not be thrown. Lane Kiffin has every right to be upset, and so does every coach for USC. Overzealous with that penalty flag. There's no question about it.
Conference underway. Jay Strickers, our referee.
Now the tempo of the game has completely changed because of that, Greg.
This foul is enforced after the play. It's a dead ball foul. The stakes were set. It's first down and goal.
So first and goal at the 13-yard line.
Let's set this now. First and goal. You've got 12 seconds for a quarterback. That's 1 or 2 opportunities only if it's into the end zone. You can't throw this ball short at first and goal.
Bryce Butler on the field. Matt Barkley under center. There's a pump. Barkley steps up, throws. Crowd wanted a flag. It's incomplete, and Butler was the intended receiver. There was contact in the end zone with Richardson, the corner, but no flag.
Listen, I'm sorry, but you can't call sideline penalty and then not call this in pass interference. Richardson is all over the wide receiver. He never turns back. He makes contact early. That's a pass interference by every definition of the word.
14th play of this drive. 68 yards, 7 seconds remaining in the half. Handoff Tyler. Now you got to get a quick timeout. You want points off this, and they get 3 seconds remaining and just enough time to bring Hadari in to try a field goal.
Very choppy into that drive between lack of execution on both sides, the officiating. Then ultimately, that was just a handoff to get the ball into the middle of the field. Lane Kiffin came all the way out onto the sidelines, off the sidelines to call that timeout. Get his kicker a chance to now put the 27th point onto the board.
Hadari already today from 46. They will mark this ball at just inside the 22. This will be a 31-yard attempt. Hadari on the year, 6 of 7 in field goal tries. This would make it a 27-12 game at halftime. And again, whistles and whistles and whistles. Now a timeout. Arizona's going to try to freeze Hadari. Well, what an interesting end to this last 2.5, 3 minutes of the second quarter.
If you're Hadari, you just got to continue to stay focused. Right in the middle of the field. This is a kick that has to be made.
Look where he's at. He's out of the huddle. He's back around the 35, taking a couple of free swings.
Kickers are like relief pitchers that way.
Don't talk to me.
Go out there and get the job done. I got one job to do. Up until this last 2 minutes, boy, USC has been executing at a very, very high level. See if that continues here with a field goal, trying to go in to halftime with a score.
Andre Hadari has it lined up. This will be from 31. Kicks away. And good from 31. USC 5 possessions in the first half with 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals. First half in the books. Trojans up 27-12. When we return, we'll take you to our Coors Light studio. Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen standing by.
And I love the fact that he's just stayed within himself and his offense. It's been short passing, it's been down the field, but everything that he has done has been exactly how it was designed to be thrown. Using Robert Woods out of the backfield, utilizing his wide receivers down the field as decoys. He's throwing on rhythm, Craig, on his feet. He only threw one ball poorly, and that was a deep ball he was trying to get to Marquise Lee early. Ever since then, he's been absolutely sensational. We'll see if it continues in the second half. If I'm judging by his career, it will continue, because all he's done is get better over the course of his career. As a true freshman starting, 15 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. That got better last year and even better this year now in his true junior season. This guy is just putting on a show right now in the Coliseum.
Hit 8 different receivers in that first half of play. Now remember, Arizona won the toss. They wanted the football to start the game. They got it, so USC with the lead will have it to start the third quarter. And here we go. Three-yard line. Robert Woods. Well, what a motor he has. And USC will start at their own 33-yard line. Let's just check in with Petros and the mood of both Lane Kiffin and also the head coach of Arizona, Mike Stoops.
Guys, Lane Kiffin was very angry, but not with his football team, with the officials for calling that sideline penalty right before the end of the first half. He likes the way his offense and defense are playing and the way they bounced back from the game against Arizona State last week. Mike Stoops is having the same problems. The defense has been decimated with injury. He likes the way his offense is moving the ball, but he does not like the way they can't get off the field on 3rd and 4th down.
All right, thank you, Petros. Barkley on play action, rolls out, throws up top. So the passing game continues to his favorite wide receiver. That's Robert Woods, and Robert Golden, the free safety, brought him down. So it looks like Lane Kiffin's going to keep the pedal down in the passing game.
And again, Robert Woods used it every different way on this offense. This time on the front side of the rollout from Matt Barkley. He's going deep to the corner. Little corner route from a bunch formation. Now over 200 yards on the game, 20 yards per catch. This guy's having a sensational game.
Now, you remember, as I mentioned, he had 17 receptions week 1 against Minnesota. The way he's going today, he's going to bypass that. On the ground, big hole, Tyler. It closes in a hurry at the 40-yard line. Golden in there on the stop.
We talked about how they're using Robert Woods. This is the first touchdown of the game. There's Woods on the left side of the formation in motion. Matt Barkley fakes the zone, just gets it right away, utilizing his offense, and then Robert Woods takes it the distance. He's lined up everywhere today during the course of this game in the running back position, both sides of the formation in motion. He's been absolutely tremendous for Matt Barkley. 10 catches today. He had 17 in the season opener. Keep in mind, he had 41 catches coming into today's game. Those 41 catches, the most in USC history over a 4-game span for any player. That's the type of numbers Robert Woods is putting up this year.
Woods trying to come off the field. You saw Kiffin tell him go back because Mark Tyler was the shaken up Trojan, number 26. He's off the field under his own power.
Might see more DJ Morgan now with Tyler out, but they are going to go again with this bunch formation.
On the rollout again. Woods. Maybe 2 yards. Maybe. Aerial covered provided by Goodyear. Everything we've learned making tires that go the distance inspires what we roll into yours. That's Goodyear. More driven. Go long. Now Barkley's been going long with Woods, with Marquise Lee. And they've got a drive here to start the 3rd quarter, up 27-12. Backfield is McNeil. He's got the ball, slides through a couple of Arizona Wildcats, cut down, upended at the 28-yard line by Richardson.
Wonder why I always ID Robert Woods. Well, this is why. He's on the outside as a wide receiver. Remember, this is a sophomore. He chips the corner, gets contact on the safety. That was number 1, Robert Golden. Max effort all the time, 100%. When he's on the football field, it doesn't matter if he's being thrown to or just blocking for his running back. He's 100%.
Fresh downs for the Trojans. At the Arizona 27-yard line, shotgun goes Barkley. Up top, over the middle, top, touchdown, Woods. Have to stand in awe of what Robert Woods is doing to Arizona defensively.
First of all, Robert Woods lines up in the slot right on the right side of your screen. He gives the outside fake to the safety, Marquise Flowers. Flowers bites on it, and then he hits him right back inside. That's a skinny post from an inside slot position. What a great route, and even better ball from Matt Barkley.
Extra point by Hadari. Splits the uprights. Barkley tosses his 4th touchdown of the afternoon. 2 touchdowns to Woods. 34-12, USC. Or more on car insurance. By Dr. Pepper, giving away over $1 million in tuition. Go to drpepper.com for details. And by Chrysler, imported from Detroit. Welcome back to Southern California, Los Angeles. And the Trojans take that opening drive here in the third quarter to make it 34-12 over Arizona. Carey fumbles that ball out of bounds. And Joel, how about the combination of Barkley and Woods one more time?
Well, we're seeing a formation play out right here. There's Robert Woods. This is Rhett Ellison. He's a tight end fullback. For me, Marquise Flowers has got to recognize that and not allow himself to get pulled off the hash. As soon as he gets pulled off the hash, Robert Woods is able to stick his foot in the ground, find the seam, and have an easy touchdown over the middle of the field. Defensive recognition, Craig, so important in this game.
Barkley 25 of 29 passing for 346 yards. 12 of those 25 completions have gone to Woods for 232 yards. Play action on the rollout is Foles. Up high at the 22, completion, and the official is on the spot. They're going to mark it complete. Up high was Dan Buckner. And a beautiful climb up the ladder.
Yeah, Dan Buckner, a transfer from Texas, played 2 years at the University of Texas. Foles pump faked and then found Buckner. Wow, what great body control. Even a couple of feet down in bounds.
Well, Arizona has to answer. Down 34-12. Antolin stacked up. He'll lose a couple.
For USC in this second half, you're up 34-12. Defensively, you force Antolin and the run game to beat you. Stay deeper than the deepest in the secondary. Stay on the outside if you've got outside leverage. The outside contained players. It's do your job time for the USC defense, not a time to go be a hero and make a play. Don't allow Arizona back in this game.
A loss of 2, second down and 12 with 12 minutes to play in the third. Flushed. Into the pocket is Foles. Chase drop, throws it outside, caught, and on his feet down to the 32-yard line is Antolin. I mean, Wes Horton came strong and wrapped up Foles, but he got that ball out of there.
Any means necessary for Nick Foles. Continues on the run. I don't understand how he held that ball when Horton was hitting him, and he got it to Antolin on the little shovel pass.
It's going to be 6'5", 240. Third down and 4. Step back, a little slant. Roberts with the catch. First down, move the chains at the 37-yard line.
It's a good design. Roberts was the second wide receiver over on the 3 receiver side. He allowed David Douglas to clear out in front of him, Craig, and just slip behind him in the free zone. That's an easy way to move the chains, especially with a senior quarterback who can be accurate over the middle.
Fresh downs, under 11 minutes to play, third quarter. Handoff Carey. Maybe a yard. Gallipo. First time we mentioned Chris Gallipo from Corona, California, senior. He's got 54 on his back.
I like what Gallipo does for this team because remember, he's got 2 redshirt freshmen playing alongside him at the linebacker position, Bailey and Pilar. Gallipo gets them lined up, gets the whole defense set. That play scraped across, found himself in position for the tackle.
Rolling out, Foles on the hands of Morrison, and he's dropped at the 44-yard line. You know, we talked about the two wides to look out for today. Kreiner and also Woods. It's been a mismatch. Just 1 reception for Kreiner, 6 yards, 232, 12 catches, and 2 touchdowns for Robert Woods.
The difference is Kreiner lines up in one spot. You can game plan against that, whereas Robert Woods has lined up all over the field. It's very tough to game plan against that.
Arizona lines up 3 wides, top of your screen, on a long 3rd and 3. Foles throws. Far side, caught inside USC territory. Right on the button is David Douglas.
Guy who's been very productive from there in the slot. A lot like Brandon Stokely, very effective down the seam, as well as finding the open areas. Smart player, understands where the chains are, runs his route accordingly, moves the chains ultimately for Arizona.
Inside Trojan territory. Fresh downs, 1st and 10.
USC changing it up here. Looks like they're going to blitz on the right side.
Drew Robinson, the tight end in motion. They buff it up the middle. And spinning 2nd and 3rd effort to the 43-yard line. There. Carey, strong, 190, true freshman. Canyon Del Oro High School down in Tucson.
I've been impressed with Kadeem Carey. You'd expect him just to be a burst guy, a fast guy. He's been very tough, a tough runner inside, in between the tackles. 9th
play of this drive, 2nd down 5. 8.5 minutes in the 3rd. Rolling out, caught in the back at the 35-yard line, but somehow Gino Crump hung on to that football. And he took his shot.
He did. He came from junior college a year ago. Came in from Glendale Community College in Arizona. Foles with the play fake, everything for Arizona off those play fakes. Finds him over the middle. That's TJ McDonald, the junior from Fresno, came up strong from his safety position. Ball a little bit behind Crump from Foles.
And McDonald's shaken up a bit. He's off the field. And a 1st down at the 35 of USC. Play action goes Foles. He's chased from the pocket and throws it away. Tupou, the nose tackle, brought some pressure, and Kennard as well. And the 1st and 10 line brought to you by Russell Athletic.
Greg, this has got to be frustrating for Monty Kiffin. You know, kind of the defensive mastermind here for USC, because he wants to play base defense. He wants to see his young, talented defense just kind of get after it. But Arizona's been able to move right down the field.
2nd down and 10. Foles throws wide open, threw a little behind the receiver. Great catch by Kreiner. Now there's Jaron Kreiner inside the 25-yard line, and there's a flag far side of the field.
Offside on the defense, number 96. Penalties declined. 1st down.
Arizona has not done a nice job of getting Kreiner the ball. Petros, they need to move him around in the formation. USC's been able to key on him.
And it's a mismatch whenever he's on the field against USC's shorter corners, but they haven't gotten him involved, you're right. But I am impressed with Nick Foles and how methodical this Arizona offense has remained, even though he started out with 2 picks.
Under 8 minutes of play in the 3rd. Hand off to Daniel Jenkins, and a host of Trojans in on that stop.
Here's the matchup that Arizona has been unable to take advantage of. Anthony Brown getting the start, the redshirt freshman, because Torrin Harris is out this week for USC. 5'8", 5'9" versus Jaron Kreiner, who's 6'4". David Douglas, who's 6'1". But with those 2 safeties back and deep, they're giving those corners a lot of help. That's what's been opening up the run game for Arizona, and they've stuck with it.
13th play of this drive, and now whistles will stop right after the snap.
False start on the offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That's Drew Robinson. You know, he broke his foot. He was out at spring football and most of fall camp. And Seth Luttrell, the offensive coordinator, told us, you know, we're hoping he's starting to kind of really get into the rhythm here in game 5.
The tight ends aren't used a whole lot for Arizona. It's mostly those wide receivers. So frustrating penalty for Mike Stoops and Drew Robinson.
They march it back 5. Shotgun goes Foles. Flush. Looking downfield, throws, caught. Safety valve. I mean, Crump really helped out Nick Foles. Came back to the football, and they'll mark him short of the 1st down at the 17th.
And that's Devin Kennard, who was chasing after Nick Foles, and one more half second, and he would have got there. Nick Foles ended up on the ground, but he gets his team in position for a conversion. Now 3rd and 2 for Arizona, now inside the red zone.
Well, a methodical drive. 34-12, 6 minutes and change here in the 3rd. 3rd down and 2. And I'm going to guess, and it's not much of a guess, but Mike Stoops is going to go on. Play on 4th down.
I'm sure he will with the score where it's at. Dion Bailey, number 18, one of those redshirt freshman linebackers. Very athletic, undersized, but playing extremely well for USC. Gets in there, stops it on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, be shocked if they try to run it again with Nick Foles, a senior quarterback.
Arizona, great success last week against Oregon. 5 of 7 on 4th down opportunities. Roberts dug that one out of the 12, and 1st down for Arizona.
Roberts just working against the outside linebacker, Pollard. Easy pitch and catch for the conversion.
3 wide, low part of your screen. They set it up, a blocker for Austin Hill. And the redshirt freshman works his way down to the 5-yard line. Stops the clock with 5:03 to play in the 3rd. th play of this drive. It's covered 89 yards, nearly 8 minutes. Shotgun is Foles. Hand off the cut back inside the 5 and just short of the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now, you mentioned about Kadeem Carey. I mean, he's a freshman, but kind of plays beyond his years a bit, but a more of a power back than I would have thought.
Yeah, and he's being featured more today than he has been in the past. They'll go with the 3 running back set here inside the 2-yard line.
They'll try to power one in to cut this score down. Been a long trek downfield. USC showing blitz. Handoff over the top. Carey. Touchdown.
On the 18th play of the drive, Kadeem Carey up and over. What a methodical drive for Arizona, featuring Kadeem Carey all over that drive. Tremendous mindset from Arizona.
First touchdown as an Arizona Wildcat, high school a year ago from Tucson. 18 plays, 93 yards, 8.5 minutes, and Mike Stoops will go for 2.
Yep, down by 16. This is the way to go right here.
2-point try. Morrison in motion. Foles. The tuck and run, shovel pass at the goal line. Got it! Austin Hill. Stoops goes for 2. And it's a 14-point spread. 34-20, Arizona. Little tighter ball game. 34-20, USC. And Arizona will boot it away 2 yards deep as Woods. And that one bounces into the end zone. Time for a Coors Light game break. Here's Kevin and Marcus.
Guys, got to keep you updated on Robert Griffin III, Baylor, Kansas State, and watch this throw. Marcus, now, what kind of throw is this?
That's not a JV throw. That's a varsity throw.
He has 4 touchdowns and 4 incompletions, and don't worry, it was just a finger. He was okay. He got up, and he will play.
Unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. You're not supposed to do that. What Robert Griffin III is doing right now in college football.
Well, Barkley's had himself quite a day here at the Coliseum. Protecting a 34-20 lead with 4:22 to play in the 3rd. He'll go back to throw up over the top in the seam. Wow. Woods up high. You could not throw that ball but on that spot. And Woods went and got it.
And it's been this way all day long, Craig. Barkley to Woods. Early in the game, it was easy completions. And as the game has gone on, they've continued to use him in different formations, but down the field more and over the middle. The last series ended in a touchdown right here, over the middle, down the seam. They come back with the same play to open this series to get their first down.
13th reception, 254 yards for Robert Woods. Curtis McNeil off the left side. 3 yards to the 45.
Petros, I don't understand what's going on. Arizona was the team that was supposed to be putting up all sorts of passing yardage. USC was supposed to be the ones with 17-yard drive. I have no idea what's going on today.
Well, USC decided to scrap that conservative offensive game plan, and they've just gone with what's been working. Throwing the ball downfield to guys like Robert Woods. This Arizona defense just doesn't have an answer. They can't cover him.
Second down, 6. As Barkley surveys the Arizona defense. 3-step drop, quick throw, slant, picked off, and Arizona read it. Shaquille Richardson, he's been burned a bit all afternoon. They wanted Marquise Lee, and now a flag is tossed.
It was tossed late after the play by the linesman. Here's the play. Richardson reads it right away. That's
After the interception, sideline interference on Arizona. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, we've seen a call called against USC in the first half, and now a similar call against Arizona.
How about how Richardson read the slant early and then just took off? No indecision. He committed to where he was going on defense. So much of defense is being committed to where you're going. Now, Arizona gets their first turnover of the game. They had only gotten 2 turnovers on the year coming into this game. This is just their third, but Foles in rhythm with this offense, only down 14. The whole momentum of the game is right now hanging in the balance.
Barkley for the 4th time this season, intercepted. Boy, near perfect day for Barkley. Arizona though back on the field, and they try to run it with Andelin. No gain. And they're trying to bounce back. The last 3 possessions after those 3 tough losses, well, they kind of got a little rhythm going, as you mentioned, Joel. Touchdown, 12 plays, 4-play quick hit touchdown, and that last drive was remarkable. 18 plays, 93 yards. Shotgun is Foles. Good protection, stands, waits, hits his receiver at the 49-yard line. Well, Petros, Mike Stoops says, give me a spark, and it looks like Arizona's delivering.
He was pleading with his team on defense, and somebody's got to step up and make a play, and that's exactly what just happened with Richardson. That's why Stoops was so excited. He was about 5, 6, 7 yards out onto the field, and that's why he got that flag. He's an animated guy on the sidelines, but in the first half, Lane Kiffin was the guy that the officials called for that sideline penalty. So now they're even.
Boy, a touchdown here would turn this stadium upside down. It's been all USC. Little dump down. Katoji. He's been a nice safety valve, Joel, for Foles. He's made a couple of nice plays, and it's going to move the chains at the 37-yard line.
And at 250, very athletic, able to get out into the pass routes and do some damage after he catches the football. Foles, just like Barkley earlier in the game, just taking what USC is giving. USC is content right now to stay in this safe cover 2 base defense. Foles just picking it apart.
Andelin, the lone back. He'll get the handoff up the middle. Patience waits, drags a couple of Trojans with him, including Pollard.
This run game has come alive here in this game for Arizona. They came in 119th in the country, rushing the football for only 62 yards a game, already over the century mark here today. Got to credit the coaching staff, Craig, for sticking with it.
Second down and 2. Quick throw, hot slant. Got it right on the button. Geno Crump and move the chains to the 16-yard line. And Petros, are you feeling the same momentum shift as we are?
Absolutely I am, guys, and there's deep concern on that USC sideline right now, and I'll tell you why. They have had trouble shutting the door on teams all season long, and it looks like Nick Foles is taking full advantage of that right now.
And also this USC defense has spent most of this quarter on the field, wearing down. Big hole right side, busting inside the 5 is Carey. Second effort. Touchdown.
This defense completely worn down. The left side of that defensive line gets blown off the ball. And then Kadeem Carey at the end with his second effort just continues to work his feet, churn his feet, pump his legs until he gets into the end zone.
DeHaas, he's missed one, had one blocked. Big PAT. Good snap, good hold, chip shot up, and this time it's good. Arizona has turned it around. Back-to-back touchdowns and a hard-running Kadeem Carey. 7-point game. Yard line. Marquise Lee.
Greg, let's go back to that touchdown. At the handoff, you're going to see Chris Gallipo, the middle linebacker. He's going to get pulled to the right side of the formation by the wide receiver motion. What that is going to allow is 3 players for Arizona to block the 3 players for USC and create this lane. And it's a free pass for Carey all the way into the end zone. Gallipo out of position there. That's the definition and why you hear defensive coordinators always say, just do your job.
USC play action. Barkley up in the pocket, dumps it down, flags are down. That ball's dropped by McNeil back at the 35-yard line. Petros, I will say this, that Arizona defensively is well rested.
Yeah, they have been chilling on the sideline, no question about that. But there's still a personnel problem. They have lost.
Holding on the defense, number 19. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You see the penalty there. They have lost so many of their marquee players, starting with the safety Hall and McKnight, the corner Fisher, the linebacker. They are out there playing with a very makeshift squad. But they did make a play and pick Matt Barkley in the last series. Let's see if they can use that momentum and get off the field again. It would be a major feat for what is a very beat-up defense, guys.
Greg, I love the game plan. They've kept that inexperienced defense off the field through running the football, keeping their offense on the field, especially in this third quarter.
Play action. Throw it back. Lee breaks the tackle, stumbles inside Arizona territory at the 44-45 yard line.
String tackle is what saved a touchdown. Here's Lee, comes back, sets up the bubble screen. Khalil out in front, the great offensive tackle number 75, and he is out the gate if that tackle does not take place. That's why you can see the frustration. He was going to hit his head on the goalpost there.
You saw Trevin Wade, number 24. He fell down on that coverage on the cutback. Final seconds of this third quarter. USC inside Arizona territory on a 1st and 10. Hand off up the middle, little stumble, and down goes DJ Morgan. Well, third quarter is in the books. It belonged to Arizona. It is a 7-point game with 15 minutes to play at the LA Memorial Coliseum. USC with a 2nd down 10. Barkley steps up in the pocket, has time, throws deep over the top. Caught! Touchdown, Marquise Lee!
Marquise Lee on a straight post pattern. This is pure speed and athleticism. Matt Barkley gives him a chance with a ball that's high and not overthrown. What a terrific pass by Matt Barkley, giving his athlete a chance inside the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Trojans.
USC answers back after the touchdown. They're going to review this play. Was he down inside the 1 and shaken up? He took a, I think he was landed on after he made that catch. 46 yards, but the play's under review.
Going to check to see if his knee was down first. Goes up high into the air. Looks like his knee touches there. Very difficult from that angle to see, Craig, where the ball was in terms of the plane of the end zone. I mean, look at the athleticism. This kid's just a true freshman. There's his right knee actually touches first. From that angle, it looks like this could be brought back to about the 6-inch line. This would be a better angle. Watch his right knee finally touch right there. So this is
right and then left. But a fantastic effort. I'll count about a 45-yard pickup. Plays under review.
Marquise Lee was a sensational track athlete, including a jumper. High jump, long jump in high school. Now as a true freshman, he's got all the physical attributes at true freshman year. 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's strong, he's physical, he can go up in the air. This guy is a Sunday guy in a few years. Let's hope he's okay. He did land pretty awkwardly after that athletic catch inside the 1-yard line.
And we'll get the call from Jay Strickers.
After further review, the runner's knee was down with the ball at the 1/2-yard line. First down and goal, USC.
So they reverse the call, and it's a good reversal. So about a 45-yard gain from Barkley to Marquise Lee, and it's a first and goal inside the 1-yard line.
If you could give him the half-yard for effort, you would, but you can't do it. They're going to actually
take him off into the locker room.
There he is on the sidelines. You can see him on the sidelines walking past the play right now, taking him back towards the tunnel. Take a look at what happened there. But now USC first and goal inside the 1.
Mark Tyler, the lone back. First and goal. Quarterback keeper left side, pushing through. It's Barkley. Touchdown. Well, the fullback opened up a hole. Ellison and Barkley followed him in, as you see Marquise Lee being helped off to the locker room, and the trainer is holding that left wrist.
Just a formality for Matt Barkley inside the 1. Quarterback sneak, puts it in, and that was an answer that was desperately needed, Craig, from USC after the 15 unanswered points from Arizona here in the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights. USC answers Arizona.
.48-yard USC record by Carson Palmer is going to go down today because the rate is Arizona scoring points. Matt Barkley is going to have the ball in the air the entire fourth quarter.
What's it need? 21 to tie? 22 to pass? What a day.
He'll get there.
Kick at the 1. Carry. Oh, baby. Pads are popping and dropping to the 15-yard line. Let's check out the Toyota playbook.
This is the play that set up that touchdown. Robert Woods on the Woods effect. He's going to run a dig route. It's going to pull down the safety. Robert Woods has been so effective that everybody on the field is keying him. The middle safety comes down, and it allows Marquise Lee to be wide open behind the defense one-on-one, and he's athletic enough to win that 100% of the time, Craig. Terrific play drawn up by Lane Kiffin and the USC Trojans.
Arizona, last 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. They'll need to answer again. The reverse coming around the edge. They've got a blocker. to the 27.
Got to give a lot of credit to Arizona right now. They've stuck with their game plan. They got down early in this game. It was very fast for USC out of the gate, scoring a lot of points. And Arizona just methodically stuck with their game plan. This is what we came here to do. And they find themselves still with a chance in the fourth quarter.
First down, Foles to the flat, to Toji. Second effort, third effort, still powering his way past the 35. We'll mark him at the 36. And Petros, what kind of game planning are you looking for here in the fourth?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see if Arizona can keep up the methodical pace that Joe was just talking about and stay in this game. I think they need to score a little bit faster. Mark Tyler's back into the game after being hit in the upper leg, and Marquise Lee has been taken to the locker room. He jammed all the fingers on his left hand and looked to be in a lot of pain. No word on his return, but SC's got Tyler back.
All right, Petros, good stuff. As we look at second down and short. Will Foles use this as a free play? Hey, look at the eye. Flags are down. Antolin, the ball carrier, but a flag far side.
Number 42, lined up in the neutral zone. Defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Devon Kennard.
Correction, yardage gain results in a first down.
So first down for Arizona. Aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear. Everything we've learned making tires that go the distance inspires what we roll into yours. That's Goodyear. More driven. Yep, there it is. Up above the LA Memorial Coliseum. On the boot comes Foles, rolling, looking, throws, caught. Inside USC territory, 48-yard line is Dan Buckner. Okay, Foles impressive. I mean, you're the old quarterback. He just bought himself an extra second and let Buckner help him.
Well, I like that he continues to move. You know, he continues to move sideways, getting away from the pursuit of the defense, allowing his receivers to pop open late. That's what Buckner was able to do along the sideline.
Petros makes a great point. You got to put the ball in the end zone. Time now is going to be to your disadvantage. 13 minutes, down a couple of scores. Foles in the pocket, throws, has man coverage up top. Incomplete. Austin Hill stretched to the limit. He's 6'3", a redshirt freshman, and nearly grabbed that football.
Nicole Roby, the corner, he's only 5'8", but watch the late defense, the recovery speed, and then he's able to stick his arm out and just create enough of a distraction to force the incompletion. A guy that's been beat on fade routes this season. That's the only route that he hasn't played well against. He does so on that play.
Second down and 10. Underneath, safety valve. Kadeem Carey helping out his quarterback again, the freshman.
Petros, I love that Arizona hasn't panicked. I get the sense of urgency, but they've stuck with their game plan, and Foles hasn't forced the football deep.
And we talked to Monty Kiffin yesterday, and he does not want to give up the big play with this defense, a lot like SC did last year. They're doing a good job of that, but Foles is doing a great job underneath. 3
wide receivers near side. They go on the ground. Trying to get it outside on the edge goes Carey. He'll pick up 2. Tupou made the initial hit. Top of the Russell Athletic game summary. That's our 1st and 10 marker, brought to you by Russell Athletic. Four wides. Up over the top. Austin Hill bumped out of bounds, 14-yard line, stops the clock, moved the chains, fresh down, Arizona knocking on the door. A pickup of 23 yards.
Watch the corner on the outside. That's Roby. He bites on the inside receiver's out route, which allows that little fade to get open. That's what we call Ohio. An inside out route, outside you run the fade. Foles reads it perfectly.
320 yards now for Nick Foles, his 12th career 300-yard game. They try to pound it right up the middle with Andelin. So we have seen two quarterbacks just chop up defenses.
Well, in veteran quarterbacks that understand not only their offense, but what the defense is doing against them. And USC is playing right now such a simple defense. It's cover two, most snaps, 3 linebackers underneath, the corner's in a jam technique, and Foles is eating it up.
Triple wides to the right side. 2nd down 8. Quick throw, slant, up and in. Touchdown, Ryder. He beat Roby.
Kreiner finally gets one-on-one coverage against Roby, the much smaller cornerback at 5'8". That's as easy as it comes in college football for a guy who's 6'4" with a veteran cornerback.
Arizona had to answer, and they did so. What a ball game. Zendejas will try the PAT. Kicks away and splits the uprights. We got a shootout in L.A. So these two quarterbacks have put up numbers of nearly 800 yards of total passing today.
Well, it's easy to see why these two guys, Matt Barkley and Nick Foles, are regarded as the 2nd and 3rd best NFL prospect in the country behind Andrew Luck. Monty Kiffin was raving about Nick Foles, just like Arizona's coaching staff was raving about Matt Barkley.
5 yards deep. Woods brings it out. 15-20. Takes a pop, and he's dropped to the 21-yard line. Let's take a look at our Coors Light freeze can.
This is the last touchdown for Arizona. You're going to see USC finally blitz. What that does is it puts one-on-one coverage with the linebacker in the back, and then the corner is left on an island. That's Roby. Jerron Kreiner is 6'4", and that's way too much space to give him. That's very easy for a veteran quarterback and wide receiver to get done. Nick Foles takes advantage and puts it right on the money to Kreiner for the touchdown.
Arizona back on the field defensively, as we've mentioned, beat up with knee injuries. Adam Hall, Jake Fisher out with ACLs. Now open running for McNeil. Breaks it 45-50 down the sideline and taken down at the 35. Wow, McNeil got loose. The 5'7", 180-pound speedster. And off he goes.
I love the block by Khalil. Khalil is the big offensive tackle. He's the one pinning everybody on the inside. NFL bound. Allows McNeil the opportunity to get outside. Terrific push by the offensive line for USC.
That's a 44-yard gain. USC up 7, trying to answer once again. 1st and 10 at the Arizona 35-yard line. Barkley throws back across the grain. Woods makes the catch. And for a Coors Light game break, how about checking in with Kevin and Marcus?
Craig, honestly, we're fascinated by Robert Griffin III. Marcus, this is insane.
I've never seen anything like it.
18 touchdown passes, 17 incompletions. Seriously, Craig, Joel, go home and fire up your Xbox and try to do this in a video game, and I don't think you can.
There's no way.
Oh, my. That'd keep us busy, huh?
You couldn't even do that on Tecmo Bowl.
We've seen two quarterbacks go at it as well with Barkley and his counterpart, Nick Foles. And we're not done here at the Coliseum. Pedaling back, Barkley steps up, throws. Up top he goes, right on the button. Man, oh, man. Butler. It is a free-for-all between USC and Arizona. Both these quarterbacks spot on.
Good decision by Barkley. Saw the one-on-one coverage. It was again that slant and go that I talked about earlier. Watch the late hands from Butler. Going up late with his hands. That doesn't allow the cornerback to go up and bat that ball away.
Rolling out, Chase. Barkley throws it away. Yes, indeed. Carson Palmer, your day is over. 448 yards, the old record. Barkley's still on the field. He's still throwing the football, and he's picked up 453 yards through the air.
I just love the way he's done it, Greg. He's gone out there and just used his offense. The defense tells him to throw it short. He dumps it underneath. When he's had matchups down the field, he's used them and thrown the ball accurately for big plays. Heck of a game for Matt Barkley.
McNeil is the lone back, 7 yards behind Barkley. Hand off straight up the middle. Makes a cut on his feet, inside, touchdown.
Perfect zone execution even inside the 10-yard line. McNeil presses the line of scrimmage, cuts back quickly, finds the seam, and then gets behind his pads to get across the goal line.
Adari chips it up and in. Back and forth we go. USC by 14. Joe, let's break it down by quarter. Arizona couldn't get one in the end zone. USC looked like they're going to run away with it. Then 12 points, 15-7. A couple of touchdowns for USC. We got a 48-34 ball game. Now, only a minute 36 went off the clock on that last drive by USC. Arizona down 2 touchdowns, but a lot of time remaining. That kick is short at the 5-yard line. Here comes Carey. Tries the far side of the field, cuts back, chopped down the 24-yard line. Well, let's get you caught up with the sprint game summary, and this game has been a sprint.
Matt Barkley, USC record, 453 yards passing. He's been sensational today. Arizona just has not been able to get stops, but their offense, they've been potent as well, especially the last 5 possessions. TDs on each of those possessions. Gotten themselves back in this game, and with 2 possessions, 9 minutes is an eternity right now in this game right now with the amount of points that we've seen put on the board.
Foles goes back to work with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Low snap, handles, hits a hot slant. And right on the hands of Plump. I got to ask Petros. Petros, that minute 36 off the clock. Yes, it's a 14-point game. USC scored quickly. Arizona still has time.
They do have plenty of time, but like we talked about, they're going to have to start scoring faster. We discussed it right at the beginning of the 4th quarter, and they have to get Kreiner more involved and keep exploiting that mismatch that Joel's been talking about.
9 minutes to play. 1st and 10, Arizona. 36-yard line. Quick throw. USC read it perfectly. David Douglas the catch. And Anthony Brown, who got the start for Torrin Harris, out with a shoulder. Beautiful, beautiful tackle. Right on the thigh pad.
Yeah, beautiful recognition there. Commits to where he's going, just like we saw earlier from Richardson in Arizona on the interception of Barkley. But Brown does a sensational job now putting Arizona behind the chains at 2nd and 13.
A loss of 3. Foles throws and completes to Buckner at midfield. 1st down, and Arizona on the move once again, and plenty of time. The clock stops as they set the chains with 8:17 left to play.
You see, USC tried to blitz on the last possession, and they were exposed on the touchdown pass to Kreiner. So they're going to continue to sit in this base defense. There's nothing else that Monty Kiffin and Lane Kiffin are going to go to. They're just expecting their players right now to play better out of the same base defense.
3 wides, right side. Shotgun Foles. Pressure from the backside. Didn't see it. And down he goes. Nick Perry, number 8, bringing the heat. Never saw it coming.
Perry's at the top of your screen, and he's just going to continue to rush the passer. A good motor. This is the definition of the good motor. Gets blocked to start with by the big left tackle. Just keeps going, keeps going. Barkley had to hold the ball because of the good coverage downfield.
He beat Bacchus, the left tackle. That's the first sack of the day. And Arizona's had trouble keeping defenses out of Foles' face all year long. Pressured again. Dumps it off. Jenkins cartwheeled at the 46. Anthony Brown on this series has been everywhere.
That's what you need if you're going to play this safe base defense with two safeties back. Your corners, Craig, are within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and they have to play physical. They have to play committed. They've done so on this drive and forced a 3rd and 13.
Everybody up. 3rd and 13. Off the back foot, it's up for a jump ball, incomplete. T.J. McDonald and Buckner battling for that ball down around the 11-yard line. A second earlier, that ball's 1st and 10.
Well, if Foles has a little extra time, he can set his feet and put some of that arm strength behind it, because Dan Buckner was behind the defense. T.J. McDonald actually got lucky because Buckner had beaten him deep, but Foles was unable to put enough mustard on that ball.
Dugancic only his 2nd punt of the afternoon. Wants to try to pin USC deep. He's going to let that one go and take the bounce into the end zone. He knocked it inside the 5. A 53-yard punt. Well, let's take a moment to recognize the Lot Impact Player of the Week, awarded to a defensive player that best exemplifies integrity, maturity, performance, academics, community, and tenacity. Last week's winner was Oklahoma State cornerback Broderick Brown, who had 8 tackles and a pick in a big win against Texas A&M.
Yeah, turnover so key in that game after Texas A&M jumped out to that early lead on their home field, and Oklahoma State just kept coming back and coming back, kind of like Arizona has done, but USC now seems to have stolen back some of that momentum.
Arizona needs to force a turnover. Right now, Pauley's ball control on the ground as they go to McNeil, who's wrapped up for no gain at the 20-yard line. This is where you'll see defenses start to poke away, try to punch a ball out of the hands of McNeil. Tui Halamaka with the stop. Been waiting to say that name all day.
I'm sure you have,
Big
right?
number 91. Yeah. As you mentioned, that front line decimated. Injuries. Back to the ground. Cut back. Not much. A couple of yards. Usman with the stop. Clock runs under 5.5.
This is a difficult part of the game for a quarterback. Now, Matt Barkley has set a USC record today, but it's been with a nice rhythm, throwing on almost every play. Not every play, but almost every play. Now you're in a position where you're running the ball on 1st and 2nd down, and then you're asked to make a play on 3rd and 7. Now, on 3rd and 7, USC this year is fairly effective. They're 8 of 23 on 3rd and 7 plus, but they were 0 for 6 last week.
Arizona needs to stop right now. Back goes Barkley on the roll. He sets and fires, complete. Telfer, the tight end, flushed out, made the grab, and the drive will continue. And the clock will continue to run.
Petros, there's no margin for error inside of 5 minutes for a quarterback on 3rd down. You got to make good decisions. Barkley does on that play.
You know, he's been having a record-setting day, like you said, and he's almost made every throw, and the quick strike ability is something that USC did not show in Tempe last week. But you're absolutely right, Joel. Here you have to keep this offense on the field, running the ball a little more. Looks like they're not going to use Mark Tyler, and Matt Barkley just hit a dime.
USC stretches it with DJ Morgan. Maybe a yard. Clock runs up on 4 minutes.
Craig, I can't remember a game in which I saw 2 quarterback performances quite like this one that we've seen here today. Foles has been absolutely tremendous after those 2 early interceptions. Barkley with the USC record, 464 yards. it's easy to see why these two guys are going to be playing for a long time on Sundays. Matt Barkley and Nick Foles are as good as they come in college football right now.
Well, those two have combined for over 800 yards passing, 7 touchdowns. Mark Tyler punches it up the middle. You know, if Arizona could find some health on the defensive end of the football, they can win some football games. And this offense is just tremendous. USC looks like they're coming into midseason form. They've got the pass attack, the run game.
It's all on the big fellas right now, though. USC has been tremendous today on third down conversion, 6 of 8. Large part due to the fact that they've been with the chains 3rd and 4 like they are right now.
Under 3 minutes left to play. 4th quarter. Dump it off. Lee. High steps out of a tackle. And another. And another. And another. To the 44. I think he knew where the first down marker was, and he found his way.
Oh, that was Pedros. That had true freshman written all over it. You could tell he wanted to get as much as he could, but when he stepped back, there was a collective gasp in the Coliseum because he was not ahead of those chains.
Lee is a really good athlete, and you can just see it. He jammed all the fingers on his left hand, guys, and they taped it up. He didn't know if he was going to go back in until they threw him a few balls on the sideline, said he was comfortable, put that glove back on, and makes another great play. But, yeah, that had freshman written all over it.
Fresh downs, I formation. It's just straight ahead running to the 49.
That was a real demoralizing first down. Arizona can score very quickly, but now with the clock just over 2 minutes, at 2 minutes 6 seconds, you have to start using up those timeouts. Mike Stoops now just trying to bleed as much as he can from this game, give his offense a chance. After watching the two performances that we did here today at the Coliseum with great quarterbacks and Matt Barkley and Nick Foles, how about this conference?
It's a quarterback conference.
I do not envy the 12 guys who call themselves defensive coordinators in this conference.
Second clock started on my signal.
Going to reset the clock, and they do. Second down and 5. Woods goes in motion. They fake the reverse, and right up the gut goes Tyler. Short of the first down. Another timeout. That's Arizona's second. And this college football season, Fox Sports is proud to support Dream Foundation, who are making dreams come true for adults facing a life-threatening illness. Now, there's no greater time to help those in need than when time is limited. Text DREAM to 41518. That's 41518 to donate $10 and turn dreams into lasting memories. The Dream Foundation. One timeout remaining for Arizona, 3 for USC, and the Trojans are on their way to a 4-1 record, 2-1 in the Pac-12. Arizona, I mean, this will be for discussion, but maybe, I mean, losses are losses, and I'm sure, you know, 1-4 doesn't settle well with any fan base or a coaching staff, but there's some talent on this Arizona team. Maybe the best 1-4 offense in the country.
Well, think about the gauntlet that they've had to go through. Started with Oklahoma State, then they played Stanford, they had to play Oregon, and then USC at USC. That's why Arizona finds himself at the bottom of the South standings. USC, of course, not eligible for the Pac-12 championship game this season, but they'll move to 4-1 with a win today. Arizona State off to that fast start. We'll see how they play on the road. They've struggled in the past, Greg, playing on the road. Very good at Tempe. They've struggled on the road. They're at Utah today.
Yeah, that's an interesting north-south matchup.
Stanford and Oregon look like they're on a collision course to decide the North Division. Washington, a team that we saw last week, very impressive.
Yes.
With their quarterback.
Mr. Price.
Keith Price is a good player.
The Price may be right up in Washington. The Jake Locker era over and a new one's begun. They get the Wildcat formation, and now we got whistles.
Timeout, USC. Timeout number 1, 30-second timeout.
So a 30-second timeout. USC was trying to throw the Wildcat, looked a little confused in the process.
You know, Arizona is going to go to, now in their last 10 bowl games, dating back to last year, they'll be 1-9. Think about the fact that 6 of those losses came from Oregon, Stanford, and Oklahoma State, teams that they played at the back end of last season's schedule, at the front end of this season's schedule, and then you throw USC in there as well. Very tough for Mike Stoops. Come back after those injuries in the spring. He told us, Craig, he said, you know, it wasn't necessarily just their production on the field, but the attitude with which those guys played that we lost on the defensive side. Brooks Reed, he was an NFL draft pick. Adam Hall tears his ACL. Jake Fisher tears his ACL.
Knocked away from Carswell. Now Barkley, this will be a day to remember. It'll be a day for USC fans to remember. A new school record, 468 yards. The Pac-12 record, you saw the numbers of 500 and change, but Robert Woods and the Barkley combination, I mean, that is impressive. 255 yards receiving today.
He was sensational all over the field, making plays. Now with that 4th down not going USC's way, this is still in doubt here. Arizona has a chance to strike.
And the flat. Antolin sidesteps a couple of USC defenders. They play a little soft to the 36-yard line. Now it's all about hurry up. Roby missed the tackle, and Antolin got another 10 yards. Foles throws. Did he get a foot in? Yes, he did at the 18-yard line, just like that inside the red zone.
Minute 33, they still have some time left. Put this ball in the end zone. Get ready for an onside kick. Foles just the guy I would want pulling the trigger, a senior in the pocket.
Foles double pumps over the middle. Oh, right off the hands of David Douglas, senior out of McKinney, Texas.
This ball is on the money from Foles. Right down the seam. Maybe a little out in front of his wide receiver. Ball of the quarterback obviously would love to be caught.
Stops the clock, 1:29 to play. In the pocket, Foles throws outside, caught on the hand by Antolin, still on his feet inside the 15, and now a flag. The flag is down.
It's going to be a holding against Arizona on the outside.
Illegal block in the back on the offense, number 82.
That's Kreiner.
10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Trying to come over and let make a little extra room for Antolin.
Could ill afford that. They needed that quick strike. Kreiner actually comes off the field, their best down the field threat. Nick Foles trying to get the play time critical that they can serve as much as possible right now.
Foles went 398 last week against Oregon, 397 today. He wants more up top. Got his man, Buckner, at the 5.
I'm so impressed with his ball placement along the sideline. The safety on the hash can't get over there. Watch him just float this ball right into the pocket. I mean, USC can't do anything about that. That's just a tremendous throw in there to Buckner on the sideline.
You know what? That's just simple touch. You put a little air underneath. 3 wides, top of your screen. 1st and goal with 1:06 to play. Foles, pressured. Steps up, throws a strike, back line of the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, what a drive. Austin Hill, the reception. And there is no quit in the Wildcats.
How about manipulating the pocket? Nick Foles stays in there and throws a strike to the back line.
That replay shows you how tight that pass actually was. A couple of USC defenders nearly got a fingertip on it. Now Zendejas will try the PAT. Kick is up and good, and now you know, Joel Klatt, what's coming.
Going to see an onside kick, but in order to get to the onside kick, you got to have incredible moxie in the pocket. Foles wants to go left, tries to escape the pocket, steps back, sees his wide receiver.
I don't know how he pushed that ball through.
David Douglas was wide open, and he ended up going to Austin Hill.
Look at this, come right at you. There's one hand and another.
If he throws that ball to David Douglas, that's picked off.
Yes.
And that's the ball game. What an incredible throw and drive from Nick Foles, keeping his team alive.
So how much practice time is given weekly to the onside?
More than you would think, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. Obviously, the rules have changed over the last couple of years. You can only keep a certain number of players on one side of the ball or the other. It's all about the front line of the defense. They've got to go and pick off some of the kickoff players running down so that their back guys, like Robert Woods, number 2, can receive the kick.
Bonanno shifts his direction. Now they boot it near side. It's up, easy catch. And USC hangs on. The good hands team recovers at the 45-yard line. That was T.J. McDonald. If you can catch a football, you're on the onsides team.
Yeah, and he did exactly what he's taught to do, which is go up high and get it. Don't wait for that ball to come down. Exactly what Lane Kiffin, you see him nodding right at T.J. McDonald, saying, nice job. Goes up high, secures the ball, puts his offense back on the field.
Arizona next week at Oregon State. And for USC, they've got some time off. They won't play again till a Thursday night matchup at Cal on October 13th. Entertaining, hard fought. USC is going to jump now to 4-1, while Arizona a frustrating 1-4.
A sigh of relief for Lane Kiffin, 48-41. Both quarterbacks going over 400 yards in this game.
$89 points scored in this game, nearly 1,000 yards. And 2 quarterbacks who one day soon will be playing on Sunday. That's Matt Barkley and Nick Foles. Mike Stoops looking for Lane Kiffin. Arizona with Oregon State to come and some timeout and some time for USC. As I mentioned, they play Cal October 13th on a Thursday.
And those two guys, Nick Foles and Matt Barkley, put on a show today at the Coliseum. As impressive of a quarterback duel as I've seen in a long time in college football.
Foles and Barkley. 48-41. Arizona fell behind early